Well, good morning, YouTube. You know, we've got so much to do this round at home. I don't know that there was a lot that was going to get accomplished as far as the homestead goes. Trying to get the other trailer ready, trying to get the shop moved, and we're very limited on time. But I got to look at my grass thinking it really needs to be cut, and figured I'd walk it first and pick up sticks and debris and garbage or whatever, make sure it's out of the way. And I realized how many sticks were still left from the cleanup before we went on that last trip. And I got to walking around, picking up sticks and throwing them in our ginormous burn pile back there. And I was like, well, maybe I should record this. I'm just gonna mow the lawn. But it's still like a disaster zone around here. There's still so much debris. You know, the fire pile, I call it the pile, is probably dried out enough now I could probably light it, but we've had no rain, so I don't know if it's a good idea to light it. But I at least want to cut the grass, make it look a little better. Plus, I kind of enjoy cutting the grass, just sitting on the mower, zoning out and going around in circles, back and forth, whatever. It's kind of relaxing, almost meditative. And I keep seeing stuff like this where there's just large sticks, and it looks like Zach has just mowed around it while we were gone. So I'll pick some of these up, maybe grab the rake, throw them in the pile. How many of you have ever tried to operate a rake with one hand, holding the camera with the other hand? It's not recommended. It's not easy. Well, that's definitely better. Now the mower can go right over that without getting it too much. Now we still got a lot of small sticks and stuff that are kind of laying out, you know, like this. It's not a pile, just an individual stick that got too far away from the fire pile. And it looks like this entire area here, Zach skipped with the mower for the last 2.5 months. And I don't blame him, because if you go back to the last video, maybe the video before, I really tore the crap out of this yard with that skid steer. So this is all rutted out and rough as can be. And now it's growing up with grass. You can't tell that it was a mud hole 2 months ago. But I'm willing to bet that the mower isn't going to handle it very good. It's going to bottom out on a lot of the humps and the wheels falling down into the low spots. It's going to scalp. Probably need to come back here with the tractor, just backblade everything down. Unfortunately, at the moment, the tractor's got the forks on it, and I need the forks for a couple other projects. So I'll have to wait till I'm done with those projects, and then maybe I'll put the bucket back on it. What I really need is a tiller, because I can just use the tiller and I can kind of level everything out, soften it all up, and then work it easier, because it's rock hard right now. I think Joe's got a tiller, and he's got a tractor with a good PTO, because my tractor doesn't have PTO. Well, actually, the old Case has a PTO, but the Ford doesn't have a PTO. You see, there's still a lot of sticks and debris and stuff over here as well. I'm gonna go through and pick all that up, throw it in the pile. Probably just do it by hand. Then I've got this. That's not a tree growing out, but that's where one of the trees that fell from over there, that's where one of the branches had jabbed into the ground, and it's in there good. I'll need the tractor to dig that out, I think. There's another one right there, kind of broke off flush. Yeah, so those are just branches from a tree that have speared so far into the ground that I can't budge them. I'll just mow around them for now. When I get the tractor over here, I'll do it then. Now, this really seems never ending. I've probably made, no lie, 100 trips back and forth from the pile behind me to this area right here. Just handfuls of sticks and branches. And there's still a crap ton of it here. Now, it is most certainly better than it was. There are still a lot of small branches, little twigs and stuff hanging around. And I'm not overly worried about them, because they'll just get kind of mulched up with the mower blades. But I wanted to get all the big stuff out of the way. There's still more past like what was the tree line, or like the shrub line, that now with the trees gone is kind of cleared out, which is going to kind of get annexed in as part of the yard. But there's a lot of debris back there. And I think what I'll do there is maybe I'll invest in one of those landscape rakes so you can put on the back of the tractor and just drag all that stuff out of there. Even the stuff out here in the grass, which, you know, when I left was pretty much on top of the grass, or the mud, I should say. But now that it's been 2.5 months and it's rained and the grass has grown around and the root structure, even some of the stuff is just hard to get out. It's like being held down, or it's been sunk into the mud. I'm sure some of it I ran over with the skid steer. But even just picking this up has been a workout. I mean, I'm sweating like crazy. It's not hot out today. I should say this evening. It's like 7 o'clock. But it's humid. Very, very humid. All right, well, let's go see if Zach left me enough gas in the mower to run it around the yard a couple times. And of course, you can see we've added some non-yard debris to the fire pile as well. Some old wood and lumber and stuff laying around. It'll burn. Well, oil was pretty good. Fuel was only about half, but I found a gas can right there, so I topped it off. I noticed one of my mower deck wheels is not attached. It's just sitting here in the pocket. I don't know why. Hopefully it'll be okay. Let's get the mowing. I only got like 45 minutes before the sun sets. Try to get this done. Hi guys, I got the front yard done and over in front of Talon's camper. And I was starting over here on the side yard. I got like one lap around and trimming around the boat and everything. And Katie came out and gave me a bite of pizza, said, come eat with me. So we'll take a break, go eat some pizza, we'll get back to it. Don't worry, not gonna make you watch all of it. I understand that it's not the same as looking down the hood of Goliath. All right, so about 20 minutes for dinner break. I am losing light. I'm going to jump back on this thing and try to get as much done as I can before I lose all the light. I doubt I'll get it all done, but at least now it's not so humid and it feels nice and cool out. Well guys, you can see it's pretty dark out and I just finished mowing like 3 minutes ago. And then I realized I couldn't find my phone. It was in the cup holder. I had to go inside, grab Katie's phone and walk around the yard calling myself to find it. But luckily I found it. Luckily I didn't run over it. Don't know how good I did on that last little section because, well, truth is I really couldn't see very good. So I was just kind of estimating where I should be. I'd probably go as far as to say I was guessing where I should be. Guesstimating. I was guesstimating where I should be. We'll see in the morning how bad it is. All right, well, the sun is back out, and short of a whole bunch of weed whacking that needs to be done, I don't think I missed too many spots mowing in the dark last night. Well, as long as you don't count this whole giant spot right here, and that's because I did get into it a little bit, and yeah, it was super rough on the mower, bouncing all over the place. And so I decided to just skip that for right now until I get the tractor out here and flatten it out a little bit better. But all in all, Looks better, but still got a lot more work to do. Yeah, before we left, that whole area was weed whacked down. If I'm not mistaken, I even sprayed it with some weed killer so that it wouldn't grow up as fast. But 2.5 months later, it's like a jungle in there. Well, guys, I know it's not really homestead related, but I got to mow up here at the Peachtree store as well. It's one of the agreements I have with Joe when he lets me park my truck here. I got to take care of this stuff. And, well, it's been 2.5 months since I mowed it, so it's got to get done too. Well, guys, once again, mowing into the wee hours of the night. It's about 8:30, and I promise you it's darker in real life than it looks on the phone. In fact, I've got the truck's headlights shining over here just so I can kind of show you guys. Like, I mowed this section here I still got to do, but I had to wait because this section here, there's known to be some debris. There used to be a tree company that would back their trucks in here, and I'd find sections of logs and bricks and everything. And me not being able to see right now, I don't want to try to drive the mower through it, but I literally just have from here down to the Kenworth, which you can just kind of barely see right there, left to do. But I had to mow most of this like 4 or 5 times. Some of it was taller than the hood of the mower. There's one section way in the back that, no lie, 7 feet tall. It was taller than me sitting on the mower by a long shot. Lots of long stringy stuff. And these big blocks here that make up this wall, I guess Joe had lent some to somebody, and I'm thinking that they used the skid steer to pick them up and get them out of here because the ground is all torn up. So I'm hitting all those ruts with the mower, and then the blades are bottoming out on the high spots. Felt like I was doing more tilling than I was mowing. But anyway, I really need to get a brush cutter for something like this. My mower really isn't made for bush hogging, and that was really what I was doing here. I wish I had a rotary flail type mower, not a rotary mower, a flail type mower, PTO driven. That would be great. Maybe one of those days when I finally buy one of those compact tractors, I get one, because my big Ford doesn't have a PTO, so it don't do me any good. Well, guys, to top it all off, when I loaded the mower back onto the trailer, I got off of it. I'm swinging the drop gate back up into place and putting the pins in it, and I hear a pop and a psss. Apparently the front right tire pushed the plug out of it. I've had nothing but trouble keeping air in these tires. Well, hell, I came out here this morning. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna go up there and finish that mowing real quick. Just a small section I gotta do. Completely forgot about that flat tire from last night. Really don't have any way of fixing it right now. It's a Sunday. Every place is closed. I can go buy a tire. I guess I can try to shove the plug back in it, but obviously that failed once. It's a pretty big hole. It was a big wad of plug. I may just have to go up there and do it all with the weed eater. All right, so I popped the wheel off quick enough, just held on by a cotter pin. And while I'm out, maybe I'll run by Tractor Supply. They should be open today. Maybe they'll have a tire for it. I don't know. All right, well, I get lucky. Tractor Supply had the tire. You know, in almost every other tire size, they had a tire that was already mounted to a rim and even already had air in it. But they were out of stock on the one for my size. Granted, it was a few more dollars, but at this point, I might have paid the few extra dollars to get something I could just go back home, slap it on the spindle, shoot some grease in it, pop a pin in it, and be mowing again. But instead, I'm gonna have to mount and dismount that tire. Well, dismount, then mount, I guess, reverse order. And if you've ever done small ATV or lawn equipment tires, they can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Well, I decided to end up just cutting it with the string trimmer because I didn't want to go home and put the tire on the rim and all that stuff, then come back up here. I had to drive right by here to get home from Tractor Supply. I'm kind of glad I did. You see, there's a couple big stumps, a couple big rocks and stuff over here, all stuff that I would have hit with the mower anyways. So I'm going to clear some of that stuff out of the way, throw it where I'm not going to mow so that it's not there next time I come up and mow. And there's a ditch over here on the other side of that big, beautiful Kenworth that kind of weed eating out in the center of it as well. And I ran out of string with like 4 feet left to go. Oh well, I'll catch it next time I come up here, not a big deal. So there's some of the big rocks that I found laying over here. As you look in here, there's quite a bit more, but some of them they're in pretty good where I can't quite just grab them and pull them out. And this didn't used to be here. I'd probably say maybe a year ago, maybe last summer in the fall, I don't remember exactly. Was out of town. I used to mow this all the time, not a problem. I come back from being out of town, I come over here to mow, and it almost looks like somebody dumped a huge pile of dirt here and then scooped it back up and took it away. And this is just the residual that was left. Or somebody just cleaned out the back of the truck that had some dirt and rock back in it. It's the problem with mowing this property is so many people come here and park and they hang out and they get trash and debris here all the time. I'm constantly cleaning it up because most people are too freaking lazy to use the garbage cans that are right there under the fuel island. It's just too far for them to walk. All right, so on the way back to the house, I stopped over to the new shop. Like I said, you guys didn't get a lot of the footage the other day of when we moved stuff here, but yeah, it's an absolute mess. A lot of stuff is just boxed up. But the tire machine was here, the air compressor was here. Not that I really need the tire machine to do this. Well, to break the bead, it'd be pretty easy. But the rim itself, I think, is too small to actually mount to the machine. But the tire irons and everything are here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. I gotta see if I can find them. Bazinga! There they are. Machine definitely takes a while to fill up, but I never noticed the hour meter on it until just now. You know, I bought this air compressor for the tire shop in Sturgis, and I gave it to Mike and them to use over there. And I never actually paid that much attention to it. Now that it's here and I'm using it because I don't have an air compressor built into this shop yet, this was the easy thing to just roll it over here and plug it into the wall. I think that's pretty cool. It's got an hour meter on it. Oops. All right, there we go. Both beads popped. Now let's figure out what the pressure should be. I don't remember. All better now. So it's about 10 after 5. I did some weed eating around here in the yard as well after replacing the string and the trimmer. It's just hot. There's really no breeze hardly at all today. Everything's relatively still. If you look closely, you'll see a little movement, but just wasn't feeling it. I didn't even finish the weed eating. I just kind of was feeling a little bit weaker and said, you know what, just gonna rest for a little bit. We're gonna be having family dinner here pretty soon. I think Michaela's getting ready to start cooking. So maybe we'll just relax, have some family dinner, and then see how it goes from there. Well, y'all know how much I really like to just sit down here by the creek, just listen to the sound of the water trickling through. It's very relaxing. All right, guys, well, it's been a couple of days now since sitting down there at the creek, relaxing. It is now Tuesday morning. That was Sunday evening. And we really haven't done anything else around the property per se, and nothing else that would fit the Homestead channel. I am working on some things over the shop, got a video going on for that. We've got to get a few more things done on the Overland trailer, but that is also going to be video for the other channel. So I think we're just going to go ahead and end this one here. I know it's not super exciting, just a bunch of grass cutting and weed eating and fixing a tire on the mower, but it's just kind of part of what we had to do while we were home. And I know that some of you enjoy that kind of stuff. And if anything else should arise between now and the time that we leave to go to Ocean City, and we're going to do some more work around the house, we'll obviously film that and put it up there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time we see you, keep those engines running.